Oh wow, look in there. I'm just that kind of person that always thinks there's a hidden treasure somewhere. Oh yeah, that's a pretty one. Look at that. Then I'm walking along and wow, look at this. Look how deep this goes. And if you're wondering, did I ever climb it to the top? Yeah, I did. Here's 2 bins buried in the ground. It's all filled with water. Emerson Drug, it says on the bottom. I dug up a 10 and my heart was racing. I could hear there were coins in there. Whoa! Someone's gonna hide a body in here. So this here is my old town canoe. So yeah, sometimes nature will help you out and they might dig out the treasure for you. Maybe someone came along and took all the good stuff, gold and silver and whatnot. Recently I saw a cutie monster. Ooh. Yeah, it's filled with mud. Maybe there's a pearl in here. Hey, happy OONSDAY guys. We're gonna put the canoe in the water and we're gonna do some exploring. This is a river by my childhood neighborhood where I grew up. There's some islands on the river here. And we're going to explore these islands, see if we find anything neat. I used to love to do that years and years ago, and I haven't been here in a long time. Please join me for the ride. Now you see in my bucket up there, I got some rocks. That's to keep the front down so that the wind doesn't grab the bow and swing it so severe. Learned that trick a long time ago, otherwise I fill it with water. So yeah, it's a good current right here. The river's kind of low. You can see the deer tracks in the sand here. The deer will cross, they'll swim this and they'll head to that island, but look how fast that current gets right here because it gets real narrow. So this is a deep spot right here. I have fished this, and right in this little hole here will be some smallmouth bass. And something new as of the past, well, I'd say 5 years is you can sometimes see a bald eagle in this area hunting. And this current is usually fast enough that times in the winter it's still open and the eagles will hunt here too. The eagles have made a really good comeback in my state. There's 72 counties in our state, and now there's a nesting pair in all 72 counties for the first time. That just happened a couple years ago. So it used to be a really big deal when I was a kid to see a bald eagle, and now it's gotten to be pretty common. See, this current is so strong, I'm paddling and I'm just staying still. Ooh, it speeds up right here. All right, let's twist over into this little channel here. And maybe we'll access this this little island and explore. Wow, this here never existed when I was a kid. This grown-up area. It's forming a brand new island. Ooh, look at the big clamshells right here. You know, we get those really torrential downpours, and then you end up moving all this gravel, all this sand, and it happens again and again and again. And next thing you know, you have a brand new island. Look at this. Ooh. Yeah, it's filled with mud. Maybe there's a pearl in here. So these are very common in the river here, these clams. Some get big, even bigger than this. So in this river and in the Mississippi River on the western part of my state, if you come across a clam like this that has a perfect circle drilled in it, that was from way back when they used to make buttons. They used to drill out the shell and drill some tiny holes in it and make yourself a mother of pearl button. I'm going to put the canoe over on the other side here, and let's look at this tiny island. Here we go. What will we find today? I've had some interesting finds in the past on this island. You know, I'm just that kind of person that always thinks there's a hidden treasure somewhere. And people love to go to islands to hide their little treasures. And I own a metal detector. And I do go around and I metal detect. And I've had my metal detector on this island and the other islands in this area. I can't tell you everything I found, but I found some interesting things. And on this island, someone put a lot of effort into hiding things. What do we have here? Looks like fish skeletons. I see the fin. Someone brought a rug out here. A nice bench, a picnic table. Boy, the lengths that people go to sometimes. Nice little fire pit. Wow. Someone's using this as their private little getaway. Look at that. So we do have a beaver on this river, and maybe we could check out that beaver dam later on too. What is that on that table? Interesting. Well, someone's been burning. Some sort of a net. This is interesting. A hole on top. Don't know what that is. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a different kind of hiker and explorer. A lot of people just like to put on the miles and get to a destination point, take their selfie, and they move on. I'm not that way. I go slow. I'm meticulous. I love to get off of trails. I like to follow animal trails and see things that I don't think another person has seen before. Here's a shovel. What? Okay, I see something over there. So there is something going on over here by that shovel. I gotta get around all this. Look at this. Okay, I recognize this. It's still here. Years ago, I came across this. Here's 2 bins buried in the ground. It's all filled with water. And that board was over it, and then there was a bunch of dirt and leaves on it. Someone had camouflaged it. So preppers are the people that come out here to utilize this to camp. Yeah, they keep their supplies here. And then, so something has raided this site. Yeah, here's their top that goes over it. I see they covered a bunch of boards in plastic. Oh, that's too bad. There might be gear in there. I see like a knife handle right there. And that's something to think about, you preppers out there. You might be putting guns in a container like this, or some knives and machete, but there's curious kids out there. I was a curious kid, and they could come across it, so make sure you don't leave any live ammo in there for kids to find. Okay, so last time I was here, and this is years ago, I found an even more intricate hiding spot, and I'm gonna see if that's still here. What is this all about? I wonder if raccoons didn't get to this. Look how ripped up that is. Uh-oh. Oh boy, what is in there? Ugh, looks nasty. Oh, these are just baby wipes. I thought there was going to be a hidden stash. Okay, let's go see if we can find that that really cool hiding spot I found some, oh, I don't know, 15 years ago? Should be that way. Okay, I think I see it. Boy, I thought I wasn't going to find it. Boy, these preppers are letting things really be uncovered. That used to be so nicely camouflaged. All you would see is that stick on the top. A lot of times I walk with a walking stick. And I'm walking along and you hear that and you go, uh-oh. It gets your attention real quick. And I remember wiping away all the leaf and dirt cover. And the first time I didn't even think that this was a handle. I thought it was just a loose stick. And I started finding the edges. And I was looking for something to pry it open. Let's see if it just comes on up. This thing is probably gonna, oh, it is tight. I'm gonna have to work on this, guys. Okay, I think I moved some of this dirt around it enough where I can get this thing up now. Oh wow, look in there. Someone's gonna hide a body in here. Yeah, that is deep. Probably 3 feet down. Probably about 5 to 6 feet in length. Yeah, great spot to hide things. You gotta wonder, that could be a false board. There could be things underneath there. There could be hidden treasure. I don't know, that sounds kind of hollow. I'm thinking there is space under there. It's a little more solid over there. Over here though, very hollow. I can't see how or if that'll come out. I'm gonna try. Well, I screwed around down there and I cannot figure out how to lift that board under there. It seems to be in place. So what I'm noticing though is water is getting in. So whoever constructed this, maybe they needed to consider a more waterproof system, because if they did put goodies in here, and maybe they have in the past, maybe someone came along and took all the good stuff, gold and silver and whatnot. I wouldn't know who. But maybe they should make it more waterproof next time. A lot of effort put into this, lots. Okay, I camouflaged it back up a little bit. Whoever did this, I think they did an awesome job. I wonder what was once in there. Goodness. But when you guys make stuff like this, you gotta think about people like me. I'm very inquisitive. I like to scour every little square inch of a place, and that isn't gonna get by me. Ugh, cobwebs. I don't know. I'm always afraid I'm gonna find body parts or something. Wood. Ah, maybe their next construction project. This, more wood, either for burning or for building. I'm curious if there aren't other hidden contraptions on this island. I gotta look a little better. Ah, piece of old glass. Probably an old Coca-Cola bottle. You know, we're not so far away from an old bottle dump dating back to the, oh boy, I'm guessing turn of the century, 1900. Probably ran until about 1940, because I found many interesting bottles there back in the day. I haven't been there in a long time. Sometimes winds will bring a really big tree down and that root ball will pull up some old bottles completely intact. Sometimes some beautiful cobalt blue ones. So we'll head there today too and give that a look. Oh, no more treasures. Not that I could find. Perhaps the preppers were a little more clever with their other attempts and hit it really well. So this here is my old town canoe, and I got this, I'm thinking, around 1996. By far the best purchase of my life. I've had the most enjoyable experiences in this canoe, and if anyone ever needs an escape, I highly recommend you get yourself a kayak or a canoe. Find yourself areas where there's not too many people and just get lost on the water. It can never be a bad day. And there's times I take my fishing gear and I won't have the best fishing day, and that doesn't matter. It's an excellent day because I'm away from everything. Well, that over there is a massive island, and in the past it held quite a population of deer and coyotes and red fox. I've spent many hours on that island, and great horned owls. So I'm gonna head over there and see how much has changed. All right, see those guys, those are television towers. And over 30 years ago, when I was a miner, I climbed that one on the right. The one on the left used to not be there. That's more modern. And if you're wondering, did I ever climb it to the top? Yeah, I did. All the way to the tippy top. And I had a bandana on a stick, and on that bandana I wrote, "Seize the day, carpe diem." And I duct taped it to the very top, and then I took that roll of duct tape and I chucked it. And no kidding, it felt like that roll of duct tape traveled miles. I'm sure it didn't even make it this far. But yeah, don't tell anyone. That was against the law. Shh. If you're wondering how high that is, well, each color is a 100-foot section. So one white section is 100, one red foot is 100, and I counted the steps actually. That's 1,100 feet to the tippy top of that. Hi there, duckies. Hi, duckies. Oh, sorry, Mama Mallard. Let's follow the ducks, see what we can find. I have not seen a frog or a turtle yet. Oh, it's okay. You're a little guy, you can't fly yet. Okay, nice and full of mud. We're on the bank now. We're on the big island. All right, canoe's down there. Left a little marker, broke a couple branches, so I know how to get back to my canoe. Can't really get lost, I'm on an island, but it'll save me some time. I know I'm on this main animal trail right here. More evidence of people on this island too. Someone spray painted on a tree, that's nice. And what is going on over here? What's with the tubes? Well, obviously to have a fire. Some sort of mesh. Tubes. Huh. Oh, there goes a deer. I just spooked a doe up. Checking out this trash can. Part of an old lawn chair. Yeah, lots changed since I was here last. Big beautiful birch trees on this island. Beautiful cedar trees. The problem is these campers come in and they start peeling off the bark. Then it kills the whole tree. See this giant tree here? Well, many years ago I brought my metal detector out here. It's a massive island. But thinking like I thought, oh, there might be treasure on here. And I found things in this area. I found a pan buried way down, some old forks and knives. But by this tree, I remember real close to the base, I dug up a tin and my heart was racing. I could hear there were coins in there. And I thought, oh my goodness, I found something really good. I opened it up. It was some modern coins, some little trinkets and toys, and some signatures of little kids with their ages and the year that it was dug and put there. And so I put it right back where it was. I covered it with dirt, knowing that probably Mom, Dad, and the kids came out here for a picnic, and they buried that, and they told themselves they'd come back many years later to reminisce. So when you're treasure hunting, if you find something like that, please put it back. I don't know how old this is. Well, this looks new to me, guys. Someone dug a major pit here. Holy cow. Wow. Wow, look at this. Look how deep this goes. That's about 7 feet deep. It looks like an animal's utilizing it. Someone is constructing a little hideaway here. Like I said, I haven't been here in, oh goodness, 5 years maybe. This is brand new, and what a tremendous amount of effort for this. Got some picnic benches there. Looks like they were getting ready to put some sort of a roof over it. Dang. Okay, there's like two parts to this island. There's a real wooded section where we just were with that giant pit. And then it opens up into a massive field. This is usually where I get lucky and I spot coyotes. And I've seen them through here being very playful. I've seen them jumping around, looking for mice. Alright, see all this dirt here, guys? That goes down into a hole. This is a coyote den right here. It goes down and it curves in. Hope you can make that out. There's a deep hole right there. I am in the thickest of the thickest stuff. It's probably another coyote den. Either that or those preppers found a really good spot to hide something. I'll back out and show you how dense this is. Okay, so that hole we just saw was right in there. See, for me, the more uninhabitable it looks, the tougher it looks, the more intrigued I am to want to dive in. And I try and squeezed in there as best I could to get a view, but boy is that hard. But it all looks dug out, so perhaps they took their loot away. So yeah, I'd always find stuff like this on this island. This is from the coyote. The coyote goes through this park area, finds balls, bottles, they would always find an open area in the grass and play. They would chew on it, throw it around. I've been lucky enough to see it in the past. So yeah, these little islands of bushes out in this big prairie is where you'll see worn out areas in there where the coyotes like to hang. It's kind of like this is their Serengeti, their hunting grounds. And they'll have these worn out areas where they like to lay low and look for stuff. Right there, you could see how it's all dug out. That's right where they bed themselves, against that branch. Okay, I made it. Down here is my canoe. You know what, I really want to find that old bottle dump and see if some big trees haven't fallen down and pulled up some new bottles for me to find. Okay guys, we're in the woods with the bottle dump, and right away I came across this giant puffball mushroom. They are so otherworldly, and they get massive. They can get about this big around. I think I see another one in the distance there. I've eaten them. I'm not a fan. Some people love them. I prefer morel mushroom or chicken of the woods. There's a puffball mushroom right there. There's 4 mushrooms in Wisconsin I really trust. Look at this old radiator. We're going to start coming across old junk from back in the day. And the 4 mushrooms that I trust are shaggy manes, morel mushrooms, puffball mushrooms, and chicken of the woods, otherwise known as sulfur shelf. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for any tree that's fallen down, created a root ball, that's pulled up bottles, which are right under this dirt here from way back. You'll start to see shards of glass now here, little remnants. This is probably an old root ball here where the rain just kind of washes it away. I've also come across old coins that were thrown out with the bottles back in the day, even prosperity tokens. Well, here we go guys, I found another coyote den, totally different spot. So you'll see, look at that cobalt blue piece of glass pulled up. There's a top of a bottle there. Looks like a baby perfume bottle there. So they'll bring up bottles too. Oh, this looks like the lid to an old ball jar probably, or a mason jar. Okay, there's an old bottle right there. So yeah, sometimes nature will help you out and they might dig out the treasure for you. Trying to see if there's anything neat in here. Oh, got this milk glass. Boy, almost looks like an animal could live down there. Not seeing any bottles. Usually you'll see a bunch of bottles coming right out of the roots. You could just kind of work around it. And well, here's the top of an old milk bottle. The key is to find a bottle in whole shape. And I found lots back here. I've had good finds actually. But with all the freezing and thawing, thawing over many years, your odds get lower and lower. Oh my goodness, I'm finding the coyote dens today. Look at this deep tunnel. Oh yeah. Let's see if he dug anything up. Well, there's part of an old plate. There's the bottom of something giant. Oh, this is the back side of it. Let's see what this is right here. Oh. I think I broke it. Darn it. Yep, I broke it. Now that could have been... I'm not sure what that was. I really need to find a whole bottle so I can show you guys how you can date them by the line starting at the top. Oh, I see a little baby cobalt blue one. Like an old Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh yeah, that's a pretty one. Look at that. It's missing its cap. Oh, what does that say on the back? Noxzema? Sometimes the number will be the year that it was made. That looks like a 19. That could have been from 1919. That's not always the case, but sometimes. Yeah, that's half buried. I ain't got a shovel with me. I forgot all about this when I set out today. You know, I could go back to that little island where those guys had that shovel. I recall this mounded area here years ago. I was digging with a shovel and came across a beautiful cobalt blue giant, really wide. It said medicine and some half of a word. It wasn't a whole bottle, but I thought, my goodness, if that was a whole bottle, I was guessing that thing was from like the 1890s, an old medicine bottle. That could have been very valuable. What you really want to find are old poison bottles, especially if it has the skull and crossbones on it. Then you're in the hundreds of dollars for that bottle from collectors. Little something there. Huh. Not sure what that was for. Gonna leave that behind. Look at this. This was a tiny little tube, little cylinder. It's so fascinating to me to, you know, travel into the past through trash. Just to the thickness of the glass back then and the different colors, so different from today. Well, everything's plastic mostly today, but I just find it fascinating. Oh, especially when there's writing on it. Here's some writing on here. No, not a whole one. Something vermouth, cocktail vermouth. Sometimes it'll say something about legal use. It had to do with Prohibition era times. Oh, a big cobalt blue one. That's a nice size one. Emerson. Emerson drug, it says on the bottom. Yeah, if that was in whole shape, that would be a very valuable bottle. Too bad the weather got to it. The deer come running through here and all the other animals. Not too many people know about this. This is a little secret. You guys can't tell anyone about this. But there's still treasures to be found out there. You just got to be willing to get a little dirty, a little bitten up by insects, and go look. Okay, here's part of an old orange crush bottle. Yeah, that was probably 1930s era. Look how thick that glass is. And I forget if this was like 7.5 ounces or 9 ounces of soda that it was back then. I found old Coke bottles in here. I've come across old marbles, the real big boulders too, and those are highly collectible. No markings on that one. I like it where it has some form of identification on it. Oh, ooh, what's that? That looks like some ceramic down there. Big pieces of ceramic. Broken. We'll have to check this out. Well, we got some whole bottles here, and it's starting to rain. I knew it was coming. Oh, this looks broken. Yeah. Trying to see if I could see the line on the side. It's a way of identifying an age. Like if a line comes up to about here and stops, you're at about 1880, 1890. If the line goes all the way to the top, or to this lip here, it's about up 1910-ish. All the way to the top, it's modern era. What is this? Some little vial. Oh, there's some blue again. I love the blue, but it's got to be a whole piece. Amethyst is the big find. If you could find a purple color, ooh, then you're into some rare glass. Well, we might have to call it quits, guys. That rain's starting to come down. Hey, look what I passed up. What is this? Oh yeah, the writing is upside down. For half a bottle, pour to here. Certo. I don't know if that was a bleach or some sort of cleaning product. Cool find. Yeah, so as you walk along, you come across all these neat little things. This was probably some drug bottle from back in the day. Held some sort of medicine. Hopefully it doesn't have any residual on it that'll kill me. But life's full of risks, and you can't just hide in your house all day and be scared. You got to get out there and have some fun. And it feels good to be out exploring again. And you guys are wondering, oh my goodness, is he going to say anything about raccoons? So yeah, this might be the longest I've gone in any of my videos without saying that word. Recently I saw Cutie Monster, and I saw Moira. Cutie only has 2 babies left out of the 5. I can't say what happened to the others. I was able to touch both Moira and able to touch Cutie. They came up to me. It was a couple different occasions. One day my wife and I were out roasting marshmallows by the fire, and Cutie came up to me. And then another time I was just sitting out by the patio table at night, and she came up to me. I cannot divulge any more information than that, guys, and I know you understand. So, but I love my friends, and I just miss having things like old times like they used to be. There we go, another one. Some little notches on the side showing measurements. Well, hey guys, thanks so much for joining me today and seeing how I like to explore and different things I like to do. This is all my old neighborhood where I grew up, and a lot of years exploring these different woods and river and park. And so yeah, I'm in the middle of a major city actually, but there's still things to see and explore that not too many people know about. You got to get out of your comfort zone and get off the beaten path and just head into an area that looks impossible. You never know what you're going to see. Happy OONSDAY, everyone.